Welcome to Bissinger's, come on in. 350 years, the Bissinger family name has been tied to the finest confections and chocolates in the world. We're here at Bissinger's production facility. I'm Dave Owens. I'm the Chief Chocolatier and the Vice President of Taste for Bissinger's handcrafted chocolatier. Well, in 1927, Carl Bissinger came to St. Louis, and he set up shop there in the Central West End at our first store, and we were there for 80 years until we moved to our new location at 32 Maryland Plaza. We're going to go on a tour of the production facility and see what's going on. Right here we have the molding department, and this is really where they make the three-dimensional molded figures for the holidays. This is where the molds are starting to spin. They've filled the molds with the appropriate amount of chocolate, and they're spinning on this device, which helps us to have a nice shell that offers really good eating quality. So they're not hollow, they're really more of a semi-solid piece. This is really kind of the end of the line for the product, where it's metal detected, inspected for quality, and then packed in the appropriate packaging. All of our chocolate really starts with the base unsweetened or chocolate liquor. That's made from the beans from the Ivory Coast. That base liquor, which is roasted at a little bit lower temperature, a little bit slower to develop those flavors, a real chocolatey chocolate without those bitter notes of over roasting, versus just choosing random chocolates from a manufacturer and using those in your product. So here the team is dipping blackberries. So you'll notice they've sorted through the blackberries to get them ready and do a quality control check. And then they're dipping them in fondant, basically a mixture, a sugar mixture with vanilla, a little bit of salt that helps to protect that berry prior to being enrobed in chocolate. And some of these folks have been dipping berries for 25, 30 years. So this is a real tradition for us. The next step in the berry production, that beautiful fondant has been allowed to dry, they need to be enrobed. Now the fondant again is going to protect them from the chocolate and add to the flavor of the whole piece. So after those berries had that nice bottom put on them and we've protected them, the next stage is the finish enrobing. So here that curtain of chocolate is going to envelop those berries, giving that really great shell of chocolate. And then what Abby's doing is she's adding just a little bit of a decorative component. This is a task I can't do. The ladies have tried to teach me to stripe. I can't do it. But you'll notice she has to touch each one. So not only were the berries sorted through in the beginning, but then they were hand dipped in the fondant, hand placed one by one onto the enrobing line, and now hand decorated one by one. So after the berries have made their trip through the cooling tunnel, they can be handled, they can be packed. They're also going through another quality control check. The ladies at the end of the line that are packing will look for ones that don't meet our specifications, and you'll notice they'll set those aside, maybe for reevaluation or possibly packing later if we find that they're, if they're good. The berries are a fine example of where we feel that the hand and handcrafted really comes into play. All along the way, there's quality control steps that really make sure that our customers get the best possible finished product. Now this is a line of chocolate bars, and a number of them have caramel centers or other centers, but the caramel ones are really the most popular. And what Kelsey's making today is she's making the center for our banana pecan caramel bar, and she's about to finish it with the butter, which is a component that not only adds flavor, but adds to the inherent properties and the flowability and the mouthfeel of the caramel. With everything that we produce, my goal is always to be that it's true to flavor. And banana is a very difficult flavor to make. It starts out as sugar and rice syrup and dried banana and a few other ingredients, and it goes through the caramelization process. And I think that my 35 years of pairing lots of other things that weren't confections helps to recognize when this tastes really what it should taste like. That'll be prepared and stored warm for the department that's going to deposit those bars. It'll deposit the shell and the center at the same time. So as you eat a piece of chocolate, there's something that's there that really is primal. It invokes a lot of emotion and a lot of senses, and being really cognizant of that and our legacy, we really listen to our customers and what things that they might be looking for. The customer may not always know what they want, but we want them to know it once they get it. What distinguishes us really is that chocolate, and I always feel that if I get someone to taste the chocolate, I have them. You had me a chocolate? Yeah, I have them.